So basically, a bunch of men studied birds around them in Europe and North America and determined that only men could speak.
And I'm seeing patterns emerging again today.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
But crazy that they would just ignore the fact that, like, all birds sing. We all sing.
We all sing.
They started making claims that survived zoology up until very recently, including female birds don't sing at all. And if they do, it's just to burn calories and lose weight in the mornings.
Damn. Damn. The bird singing is like the bird shake weight.
Yeah, it is. The only purpose of birdsong to these guys was to impress the ladies, pick up culture on these poor birds.
We're turning the birds into incels.
Y'all all beautiful.
They started to develop terminology to separate male song from female song. Song is more complex and pleasing. Calls are less impressive and likely not linked to much cognitive behavior. Men sing and women
just yap.
Call. They just yap.
Damn.
Yeah, they just gossip.
Damn.
Isn't that annoying?
Sexist as hell.
I know. A quote from that article: the inclusion of physiological mechanisms reinforced and reflected song as a sexually selected male trait. For example, some researchers attributed the term song only to vocalizations under the control of testosterone.
Which, like, we all have estrogen and testosterone.
I know.
So I'm like, hello?
I know. They did make some cool discoveries, though. I won't clock everything that they've done, right? During a study of orioles, 2 birds were deprived of ever hearing the song of any bird species, which is really sad. They just, like, made sure they didn't hear you. But they did find out that the birds made up their own little songs as adults and then passed on those songs to their babies. So they were, like, writing songs in prison, basically, and then when they got out of prison, they they passed on their songs.
Not the Jailhouse Rock.
The jailhouse.
Not the Jailhouse Rock. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So when the birds make up their own songs and pass them on, this is called cultural transmission. And it's one of 2 ways that a bird can learn a song. There's also innate bird song, which were discovered recently as like an ancestral ability to learn a certain song, like built into the gene circuits of their bird brains.
Whoa.
Like they're born with a song.
That'd be like if I popped out singing like Uptown Funk.
Yeah, and that's just, damn, that's your song now. These songs, they basically serve as like a way to help different species recognize when another bird is a family member or a potential mate. And that's how intricate every little song is. So the bird discography is not just about being the hottest big time music producer in the tree. It's about knowing what cultural songs represent your family and being able to recognize who's got your little birdie back. For many Australian songbirds, family units have a different familect, a system of sounds that chicks learn from their parents. That's so cute.
That's cute.
Having your own family music album is really important. I went down this rabbit hole learning about acoustic ecology. And the ways that a soundscape is an identifying factor for an ecosystem. Scientists have split up soundscapes into 3 main categories. Geophony is sounds created by the earth, but not necessarily living creatures. Think wind, thunder, water running. I think water's alive, but that's just me.
I think water's alive as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really crazy research that's been done on water, that there's a lot more going on there that we just do not realize yet.
Water is like so many things happening.
Yeah. And I'm like, if it's like one of the things that comes with life, then there's got to be something crazy going on there.
The whole reason we have, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know.
Biophony is all the noises made up by living creatures that aren't humans, like frogs and birds singing, crickets chirping.
Hey, you chirping?
Yeah, I think chirping. I think it's really interesting that they split it up between biophony and anthrophony, which is all human-made noises. This is
Hey Diva, we're calling you down into the station.
our technology. So in an ecosystem, organisms will react to the soundscape to avoid overlap. They distinguish themselves to stand out in the noise of it all and establish their niche. But it all interacts with each other. Like if there's a running stream, the organisms will become louder. They also take turns making their noises. Like they have like designated
It's
times.
a conversation.
Yeah, so like think about how birds sing at dawn and dusk, but frogs sing at night. You know? And so by coming up with their own songs, frequencies, and rhythms, birds are establishing that niche. And it was believed for a long time that these songs were only capable of being made by the men of the bird world. But now that more women have been able to enter the world of birding and have also left Europe to study bird songs, there's a ton of evidence that birds also sing. Female song is not only widespread, but also likely ancestral in songbirds. They found female song in 70% of songbirds.
I mean, yeah.
What the Why are they just lying, bro? It's
Men do a lot of damage
crazy.
to science.
Yeah. Many females participate in duets, sing songs similar or equivalent in complexity to males of the same species, or use their vocalizations to attract males and defend territories during mating season. Like all the things that male birds do and then some, you know? And I love that they have little sexy moments too. They're also catcalling these men with their little songs. And imagine telling that to a natural scientist in the 1700s. Did you know that girly birds also have sexy songs? They would die.
They would think you're stupid. They would probably just commit you to a psych ward.
They would.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you're not allowed
manic.
to like sex.
Possessed by a demon.
You're possessed by a demon and you need to have.
Let's just say the devil made me do it.
You're horny and you're getting off not from a man, you're just getting off to get off. Then they're going to be like,
Right. They're like, I have to do it actually.
yeah, like you actually can't do that without me.
Yeah.
Like biologically.
Yeah. There's this songbird called the fairy wren in Australia, which is so
Gay as hell.
fucking cute. The fairy wren.
Gay as
It
hell.
is.
Gay.
It's socially monogamous, but they have open sexual relationships.
Oh, so
They're
they have
married.
open relationships.
They have a partner, but then they have open relationships.
Love.
I know. They're basically all swingers, but they raise eggs together. In a study where they watched the mother's behavior with the eggs in the nest, which by the way are the size of a fingernail.
I would cry.
I know. They found that mothers have a unique song that they sing to the eggs before they even hatch. This is called an incubation call or a lullaby. And they found that once the baby birds hatched, each nest had its own distinct begging call, which matched an element of the incubation call. So the baby birds and the mama birds are writing music together. They remix that shit. They sample that shit. And
They work it
remix
out on the
that
remix.
shit. Yeah.
The fairy wrens work it out on the remix.
They do. They just work it out. And so this affirmed that birds begin learning songs when they're still in the egg, which totally disproves the idea that the father is the sole teacher of all the little birdie music talent. Songbird parents also have songs that help coordinate parental responsibilities, relay information based on the environment and navigation. And the adult songbirds have different songs than the baby songbirds because the baby songbirds don't want to be in the same niche as their parents. So they're learning all the same stuff, but then they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and do my own thing too.
Oh, they have their own like slang.
Yeah,
Wow.
they do.
That's cute.
Yeah, they're like, Liz, Ohio, skibbity. And the parents are like, oh my God, you guys don't.
Y'all are so crazy.
Yeah. All of this birdsong history made me think how historically it's really just been the loudest music that has gotten attention and credibility for the biophonic soundscape. And it reminded me of plant intelligence and plant behavior have been cast aside because of how slow and methodical it is. And when you strip away this arbitrary hierarchy of importance, we're able to see the complex systems that have evolved in such beautiful ways. And I'm reading The Light Eaters by Zoe Schlanger, who talks about how plants react to biophony and acoustic ecosystems that surround them. For example, pollinator plants can also detect the sound of bee or hummingbird wings and increase sugar concentration to their flowers. And so I think that's really interesting because they're saying that like sound is vibration and vibration is sound, which is absolutely true. And I think the importance of sound transcends any sort of way that we can conceptualize it as like hearing people. And hearing and sound plays such a huge role in nature, even though they listen differently, you know?
Yeah,
I think
they
that's
pick
so
up
cool.
on like vibrations and frequencies in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's their sound. And I think that's just so cool.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like far past the point of believing that I'm any smarter than the plants that I surround myself with. And I love the idea that like when I'm singing around my house, like they're singing too, and all the birds are singing, and like everything I learned just reinforced that song and music are so universally powerful, no matter how loud or complicated. And I think that it was like a gift given to us to navigate our world, navigate the soundscape, and it just really got me excited to learn more about how humans have harnessed this power and all the different stories that have come out of it that we're going to talk about in the next few episodes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm very excited for this series.